Good day, everybody, and what's up? Welcome to the podcast for Selfless Sex and She Comes First. I am Dr. Nick. Today is December the 6th, 2022, and I hope everyone out there is having a great day. So right off the bat, once again, I have to ask you just to be sure to hit that like button and subscribe and follow and all that good stuff on whatever platform you are using, Spotify, iTunes, it's all good. So today, I just want to talk to you about a topic that I've been kind of sitting on for several weeks now. And it's people who are in the lifestyle, or more specifically, black men who are in the lifestyle known as black bulls. Because just the other day, I was at dinner with a good friend of mine, and nice lady, we were having a nice conversation, a nice dinner, and somehow the topic of conversation turned to sex. But I can say this though, I would dare to say it was probably 99 to 105% my fault that we ended up talking about sex, but it's all good though. We ended up having a conversation about interracial dating and things like that because she's back on the dating scene, and what she's noticed being a black woman is that there are a lot of white men who are interested in her, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But she also noticed, she made a comment basically saying that it's easier for you guys, meaning black men, to date outside of the race, which is fine. So then as the conversation continued, somehow we ended up talking about black bulls. So from there, it was a really nice conversation. So today in this podcast, I just want to take it in a slightly different direction, because being a black bull, apparently there are also dark sides to it. So let's talk about that today. So as you know, what I really like to do is take a step back. So let's talk about the cuck and bull relationship. So what is actually cuckolding or a cuck? And many cucks out there, or men who call themselves cuckold, they will enjoy watching their wife or girlfriend have sex with another man. And that man could be someone else who is also in the lifestyle. The question is this: why are some people into cuckolding? And there are various reasons why. So we have Kate Ballesteri, who is the founder of Modern Intimacy. She says this: pushing the limits and doing things that are out of bounds can add an element of fear and adrenaline to the experience of arousal, increasing the turn on. It's important to keep in mind that some men who are in the lifestyle are given the title of a bull. And yes, there can be white bulls, there can be Asian bulls, whatever. But for the sake of this podcast, we're actually going to focus on black bulls. So as I was researching information for this podcast, I happened to stumble across one website where a woman had a very unique, or maybe not so unique, slant or bias towards why she felt so many white women liked having sex with black bulls. In the article that I am not going to mention, which is actually fairly easy to find if you do a quick Google search, she starts off by saying, yes, black men have bigger penises. And she says those men who are in the lifestyle and who take part in that cuck bull lifestyle aspect of it, she says, yes, those black men are definitely alpha males and most likely have bigger penises. Secondly, she goes in to mention the difference between making love and getting fucked. Where if she wants to make love, yes, she will have sex with her cuck husband. But if she wants to get fucked, that's when she makes the phone call out to the black bull who will just fuck the shit out of her. She actually says making love is great, but it can get very boring. So sometimes you just want to get fucked. That is when our attention turns to the black alpha male, unquote. Third, she actually says that cucks just don't have what it takes to satisfy a woman. She says, this is really important, she says that there are certain times when women just want to be ravaged. That's her term, not mine. And she actually goes on to say this: when you watch a submissive male try to be an alpha, it's comical because it's not who they are. But black male alphas are raw and know how to channel their animalistic desires towards a female in ways her submissive husband, boyfriend just can't do. This is my own personal reason for preferring black alphas, unquote. So obviously, yes, she is a white woman talking about her experiences with black bulls. So if you take a second and just read between the lines, I wonder if there's something else going on there. Because as she ends her article, she says, all I can say is don't knock it until you try it. Because I have the sneaking suspicion that once you go black, you really won't go back. Her words, not mine. So to talk about this topic from a slightly different perspective, just last week I was listening to another podcast where a black bull was being interviewed about his time in the lifestyle. And he actually ended up saying it cost him his first marriage. So he explained it by saying this. So when him and his African American wife would also go out and play, there was a lot of demand for his sexual services. So in other words, there would actually be a line down the hallway waiting to fuck him. And in contrast for her, either one, she was not interested or attracted to the other men that were there, or two, they were not interested in her. So if you think about that for a second, how would that make you feel if your man was getting fucked by all these different women with a lot of desire in their heart, and in contrast, you're basically just sitting there waiting for him to finish? Not a good situation. But let me ask you, is there something else going on in that situation? So as I close out this podcast, just let me say this. First off, this is a topic that I will probably come back to sometime in 2023 because I've seen many things over the past 2 decades of being in this field of sexual health. And this is one of them that really bugs me to my core. And secondly, during dinner the other night with my friend, who is a black woman, very pretty black woman to say that, she actually mentioned when she goes on dating sites, 80% of the people who are swiping to meet with her are white men. But when they meet with her face to face, they are intimidated for whatever reason. So what's that about? So I just want to plant that seed right there. And maybe that could explain what's going on with the husbands or with the black bull's wife in that situation out in Colorado. Maybe not. I'm not sure. So on that note, I'm out. You guys have a great day. Stay tuned.